Hello, everyone. Welcome to our show today called NG 英文. My name is John Drummond, or 杨浩恩.
Hello, 大家好，欢迎回到我们希平方的节目 NG 英文，我是 Angela。We
have a great episode for you today with my good friend Chris, who is from Las Vegas, Nevada in the USA, and he is a wonderfully motivational human being, and he has come to share a bit about his company and his life here in Taiwan.
是的，今天我们很幸运的邀请到了美国内华达州拉斯维加斯的 10K REPS 创办人 Chris 来 NG 英文，跟大家分享他充满正能量的理念，以及他一路走来学中文的心路历程。
But before we get to the interview with Chris and I, Angela is going to help us break down some motivational phrases and words that Chris uses throughout his interview. We felt this would be appropriate today because Chris really brings a lot of motivation to everything he does in his life. Yeah. So take it away, Angela, here on NG 英文。
好的，没问题，John，谢谢你的介绍。对啊，今天因为我们的主题真的是正能量满到不行耶，相当的激动人心，所以呢，等一下就要来跟大家介绍几种可以用来鼓励朋友的说法，不管是在健身房锻炼，在单纯鼓励朋友去跳脱舒适圈，尝试新事物，或是任何有人需要鼓励的时候，这几句话都可以派上用场哦。赶快把 NG cheat sheet 你的这个 NG 英文笔记小抄准备好，我们要开始咯。首先有几个字我们先来认识一下，第一个是等一下在访谈中我们会不时听到的字motivate， 它是激励、激发人家动力的意思。好，如果你说一个人非常的 motivated， 那就是在表达这个人非常有动力，非常积极。但是呢，要注意哦，这是用在正面正向的情况，如果是负面的话呢，可能就会变成是有犯案动机的意思哦。另外这个说法大家也可以学起来， to be determined to do something，To be determined to do something， 它有下定决心做某事的意思。像例如今天我体重可能真的不能再高了啦，终于下定决心要减个30公斤。等一下30公斤会不会太多？会不会太有自信？还是反正就是减重啦齁，我就可以说我下定决心要减重， I am determined to lose weight。 好，或者是呢，我下定决心要当医生， I am determined to be a doctor。 当我们用这个字来形容人家的时候呢，那表示那个人的意志是相当坚定，不容易被动摇的哦。再来，假设你今天想要鼓励身边的人勇敢去尝试做某件事情，可以说 give it your best shot， give it your best shot。 好，全力以赴，尽力。大家有听过一首歌叫做 Hit me your best shot这一句吗？我唱得不太好，但它就是它就是有用到这一句话啦。这歌词就是有 your best shot， 就是尽你最大，就是你的最大能耐。那这一句 give it your best shot， 它跟 try your best 还有或是do your best 它意思都很类似哦。或者呢，我们也可以说 it's worth a shot， it's worth a shot， 就是说很值得一试，就试试看啊，没有什么好怕的。那这边的这个 shot它代表的意思就跟 try 一样，有尝试的意思，不是我们在酒吧里面喝的那个一个 shot 两个 shot 那一种虽然拼法一样。再来，如果朋友已经尝试了，但是有点想要放弃，我们要鼓励人家要持之以恒，要支持他们的时候，可以跟他们一起 set a goal， 设定目标。好，对不对？如果你一直很努力，但是都不知道在努力什么，也看不到你的成就感，不知道你到底在往哪个方向走，那这种时候很容易就会想要放弃嘛。但是如果你有一个目标在那边，你知道你是要朝这个方向前进，那我们就会比较能够看到自己的进展，自己的成果，也比较容易会有那个动力去继续努力。好 ，set a goal， 设定目标。那假设真的对方觉得好无助，觉得自己真的没有办法，我没有办法继续。这时候我们可以说 Hang in there, my friend. Hang in there. 撑住撑住。或者是你也可以说 You've got this. 你可以的。要叫人家不要放弃啦，你可以的。You've got this. Don't give up. 最后，那当对方真的撑过来了，眼看就快要达成目标，甚至是成功的时候，那我们的赞美当然也不能少啊，是不是？那这个时候除了可以说 Keep up the good work，可以说这一句继续保持以外，这个 There you go 也很实用哦。 就有点像是我们常讲的不错哦，没败哦那一种。虽然说常常大家在课本上学的意思都是可能帮人家拿东西要拿给人家的时候可以说 there you go， 就说给你这样子，但是呢在这种情况下这一句 there you go 买通哦，也可以哦，我的台语瞬间就溜出来了。好啦，这样子大家有了解了吗？希望刚才讲的这些对你的英文学习之路有所帮助。那如果可能各位有漏掉没有听到或是写下来的也不用担心，可以上我们的 Spotify 或是 YouTube 频道，随时要听几次就给他听几次。有什么问题的话呢，也欢迎在底下留言让我们知道哦。那如果大家都准备好了的话，我们就赶快进入今天的访谈内容，听听 Chris 的分享吧。
All right. As always, thank you, Miss Angela Ma, for that wonderful NG Ingwen breakdown. My guest today is an American who has been living in Taiwan for 2 years now. He is the founder of 10K REPS. He is also a YouTuber, an actor and model, an international businessman, a lover of traveling, photography, sports, and so much more. So everyone, please welcome my good friend, Chris.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Boom. Got an American in the booth today. Las Vegas, Nevada in the house. We had a fun little experience doing a casting together, and we both, I think, didn't get that role.
Yeah, it was an interesting casting, but it was cool for sure.
Very, very cool. But I always appreciate sometimes these castings because I've got to meet a lot of new friends this way. And so you were sharing with me about your company that you started called 10K REPS, which we will dive into a little bit later. But can you give our audience a little kind of self-intro about you?
不知道刚才各位有没有听到 John 说跟他同样来自美国的 Chris 两个人之前是在一个 casting 在一个选角的场合认识的，只是很可惜两个好像都没有入选。哎呀没关系啦，John，我们都知道你很有潜力，演过傀儡花对不对？好啦，那这位 Chris 他到底是谁嘞？为什么会来台湾啊？原来他之前大学的一个教授是台湾人，两个人感情很好。后来在快要毕业的时候，教授因为知道 Chris 他有意想要从商，就邀请他到自己在台湾的公司做行销。Chris 说呢，他本来还有点犹豫，想说要不要搬这么远，从美国来台湾工作，想说可以跟妈妈讨论一下，结果没想到他妈妈一听到就马上说好，整个非常的支持，觉得是一个千载难逢的机会，让他赶快来。他说从那个时候到现在也已经2年，就不知不觉过去了。几个字我们来认识一下 feasible 这个字呢，它是可行的。像 Chris 说他刚接到教授这个工作邀约的时候，因为还没有打算要搬到海外去住，感觉好像不太可行，就是这样子的用法 didn't seem feasible。 那另外一个是 jump at the chance 从字面上大家可能不难猜出它的意思，很像是这个跳向机会，朝机会跳过去这样。那表达的呢，就是紧紧把握机会的意思。我们赶快来听 Chris 的故事吧。
So, like you said before, I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I went to university in Pennsylvania. And while I was in university, one of my professors, who is originally Taiwanese, he obviously teaches at the school, and him and I built up a great connection. And towards my senior year, he was talking to me about my plans for after school and everything, and he's actually the vice president of a software company here in Taiwan called Kdan Mobile. And he talked to me and said, hey, I understand that you want to do international business and learn about what business is like in other countries. And he said, how would you like to come work for Kdan Mobile and jump onto their marketing team and do business development and things like that? And it sounded like a great idea, but then he said, but you'll have to move out to Taiwan. And at the time, I didn't really have any plan about moving out of the country, and that idea never really seemed feasible or that it could even happen. But after the meeting, I had a call with my mom and told her about this job that I just got, and I said, yeah, but I will be moving out to Taiwan. And instantly she told me, oh, you're going. And I said, wait, can we talk about this? Like, can we understand a little bit more about it? But she said it's such a great opportunity, so I jumped at the chance, and I came out here, and I've been living in Taiwan for 2 years now, and it's been such a great experience.
That's awesome, man. I love that. And I love how your mom is kind of encouraging you the whole time to just be like, no, 100%, you're committed.
Oh, she made the decision way before I did.
Very cool, man. And that's That's a touching story, man. Just having a great professor who's a friend now to you probably, and he's kind of the inspiration to get you to Taiwan and on this next chapter of your life. So shout out to your professor who is
Wei-Chung Wang.
Wei-Chung Wang. Professor Wang. Shout out Professor Wang in Pennsylvania. So as I mentioned a little bit before, you have a company called 10K Reps, which actually kind of ties into your story of Professor Wang knowing a bit about your potential for business and international business. So can you share a bit about kind of the story of 10K Reps?
接下来 Chris 要跟大家聊聊他创立的这间公司 10K Reps。那这个 Reps 一般来说有好几个意思，但在这里呢，它表达的是 repetition， 也就是重复反复。好，那这种用法在健身界其实很常见，例如你做这个重量训练举重那些有没有？可能你每次练10下，那一共做5次之类的。那这5次呢就可以说5 reps， 所以 10K reps 就是10000次。10就是10嘛 10K 10K 大家知道是10000，所以 10K reps 就是10000次。Chris 说呢，这10000次的想法其实是来自于加拿大一位畅销作家葛拉威尔，他的英文名字叫做 Malcolm Gladwell， 他的10000小时法则。因为他认为我们不管学什么技能，想要成功的最大前提就是要坚持练习个10000个小时。但 Chris 觉得这10000小时感觉好像有一点far-fetched， 有一点牵强所以他就把这10000小时的法则转化成可能比较实际一点的10000次反复练习。那因为之前他大学在排球队的时候，就是靠这样子10000次反复练习才有现在这么精湛的球技，所以呢就决定要把这样的理念融入他的跨国事业。
So 10K Reps, it came from the idea originally made famous by Malcolm Gladwell, which is 10,000 reps or what he called 10,000 hours.
Right.
And with that 10,000 hours, I wanted something that seemed something that you can work towards every single day. With the 10,000 hours, it seems a little bit far-fetched, so I wanted something that we can actively work on. I went to university to play volleyball, and when I first arrived in my university, all the players were so much better than I was, and I was a little bit frustrated just not being up to where I wanted to be. And I remember having a call with one of my coaches back home, and he said, it's not like these players are so much better than you are or have any gifts that you don't have. It's just that they have more reps than you have. And when he told me that, something clicked in my head, and I saw that every player had like a number above their head of how many reps they've had, and their skill level depends on how many reps that they've actually had. So I took that mindset and said, all I need to do is just increase my reps and I'll get up there. And after a long couple volleyball seasons, after 4 years, I was able to successfully attain all of the goals that I set out, and it really worked out. So I wanted to see what else I could do with this mindset of earning my 10K reps. So that's when I took it into business. And I knew that I want to grow an international business and learn what it takes to develop an international business. And that's when I talked with Wei-Chung, and we were able to work out the next steps.
Love it, man. Yeah, so to kind of sum that up so beautifully, like you said, yeah, so 10K reps. So for those who maybe don't know, a rep is, we're talking about like lifting a weight, like exercise.
Yeah,
it
means
sense, right?
repetitions.
Repetitions,
10,000
right?
repetitions.
Yeah, and so, yeah, from Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hours,
yes.
I think that was, right? Beautiful, man. You get this inspiration to actually do that work, and then when did it transition into making it to your own company?
紧接着 Chris 会提到啊，他为了要把这10000次练习的理念发扬光大，就跟朋友合作，把这个 10K reps 做成 logo 印到 T 恤上去卖。一开始呢，只印了30件，除了有几件是送人做宣传以外，剩下的都很快也都卖光了。所以呢，他就继续把赚来的钱再继续去印更多的 T 恤来卖。那也就是因为这样子，不知不觉就成立了这间公司。他说希望透过这样子的方式呢，可以把 10K reps 这样子的口号传出去，让越来越多人知道这个理念。因为啊，它的适用范围真的很广，是一个非常 motivating 的一个想法不管你是健身也好，还是在学某项技能、某项运动，只要你每天练习一点点，就等于你每天都在朝目标前进。那等一下这一段有2个实用的英文说法，我们先来练习一下。待会 Chris 还会说 whether you 怎么样怎么样怎么样，就是不管不论你怎样怎样怎样。好，像小时候放学回家，他可能不想写功课，那妈妈可能就会说 You need to do your homework whether you like it or not。 意思就是这功课不管你喜不喜欢都要写。 要小心的是呢，这个 weather 它的拼法跟天气的 weather 不一样哦，在写作的时候可别用错了。我们赶快来继续听 Chris 他的分享吧。
So it originally translated as in, I had this idea of earning your 10K reps, and I would talk about 10K reps to all of my friends around the university and all my friends back home. And one of my friends was a graphic designer, so him and I worked out a basic logo, just something to say 10K reps big and bold. And we got the logo, and I said, I want something where people can wear this and show it around the campus. So I put it on some shirts, and I printed 30 t-shirts originally, 30 plain black t-shirts with the 10K reps logo. I just gave a couple to my friends and just told them to talk about it to other people, and I sold the rest of the shirts, and I ended up selling out in the first 2 weeks of all the shirts. So I said, okay, this is cool. So I took the money from that, and I made 50 t-shirts. And then I sold out all the 50 t-shirts. And then I took that money and made 100 t-shirts. And then I made 200 t-shirts. And then just continued to scale and scale and scale with that. And the ultimate goal has always been just to spread the idea of 10K reps, spread that message. These t-shirts, the events that we've hosted, everything that we do is just to ultimately spread that idea of how you earn your 10K reps, whether you're in music, whether you like business, whether you like sports, whether you're in fitness, whatever you may like, you're earning your 10K reps. Every day you're putting in that work, and you're getting one step closer to an ultimate goal.
Yeah, man, I love that. And it segues so nicely because I know right now where you didn't touch on was 10K reps for language. Yeah,
exactly.
man. And so I know how stoked you have been, and probably how stoked Dr. Wong has been to hear that you are putting that 10K concept, that 10K rep concept, to now learning Mandarin Chinese. So can you share with our audience, how do you apply 10K reps to learning a language?
前面我们讲到了这个 10K reps 10000次练习可以运用到各种不同的层面，帮助你慢慢一点一滴朝目标前进。那学外语也适用吗？哎呀，当然喽，不然你以为我们怎么会把它介绍到我们节目上？像 Chris 说，他每用中文对话一次，就算是一个 rep， 一个练习。好，或者是可能在上课或者在课本上学到了几个字，那也算是一个 rep。就是说，他把这想成是一个活动，一个挑战吧。看自己能累积几次的练习，一步一步呢去达到最终的10000次目标。他这样讲，我感觉好像是有点像在跟自己玩个集点游戏，有没有？就是累积点数之类的，集到10000点，可能自己就会有个小小收获，就会离目标又更近一点。这样，大家有这样的感受吗？好，那这里这样他提到这个 ultimate， 一般有最终或是最大的意思，像他说 ultimate goals 就是最终目标。那另外你可能也可以说ultimate victory， 那就是最终胜利。那如果是 ultimate price， 就会变成是最大的代价。
What I essentially do is I try to break it down into little individual practices. So, for instance, every time I have a conversation with someone in Chinese, that counts as a repetition. Or every time I set a study session and I learn a couple new words, that's a repetition. Or every time I go through flashcards, that's a repetition. When I try to break it down into that, it's like, how many repetitions can I possibly get? And then that's how I kind of scale it up to try to get that ultimate goal of 10,000. Ultimately, I knew that with learning Mandarin Chinese, this was going to take a lot of focus and a lot of effort. And I wanted to apply this mindset of earning your 10K reps to learning Chinese. So I knew that it may not be the normal way of going to a university and learning through classes. So I figured that I might have to learn it a different way. So what I did is I got the textbooks of all the universities and I began teaching myself a lot of the concepts while also going to private tutors. And then on top of that, going and doing language exchanges and talking with new friends and just trying to meet as many people and learn these new concepts and just practice as much as I possibly can while still teaching myself the grammars and working with tutors to kind of take me along that process.
Yeah, man, I love that. And it's so systematic. And for my understanding, it's actually something that keeps you really very accountable.
Definitely.
You know, because you're like, how many reps did I do today? And it's very actionable. You're like, oh, I did 100 reps today, you know? And so I think that's a really, really great approach, man. Yeah, and I think, you kind of just touched nicely on how this process of 10K reps actually plays into a question about tips and advice. So, yeah, so you're saying you took it upon yourself to get the university textbooks and then hire tutors and find friends. So can you share a few tips and advice that are continuing to help you along with your Mandarin learning?
前面 Chris 有提到说啊，他为了要把中文学好，准备了很多课本，然后又找了家教老师上课，也不断去做语言交换 language exchange， 就是百方设法要尽量让自己有更多的练习机会。好，那现在呢，他要来跟我们分享一些这一路走来觉得还蛮受用，对他这样子的学习很有帮助的一些小撇步。第一个呢，就是要尽量去找一些自己有兴趣喜欢做的活动。好像他本身呢，就因为喜欢去健身房运动，喜欢打球，所以就都会从这几个方向去拓展自己的练习机会。因为这样子不但可以认识有共同嗜好的新朋友，还能够跟他们从聊天的过程中学到一些新的用法、新的单字。那另外还有一点是呢，他会给自己的读书计划设一个 end date， 一个期限，要求自己要在某个时间日期前完成目标。他说因为如果不这样做的话，他常常就会目标就不了了之，就默默消失了。那等一下John他有一个实用片语大家可以学起来哦。这句 take it upon oneself 意思是一个人他自己采取行动去做某件事情，像 Chris 他 took it upon himself to learn Chinese 就是来表达他自己采取行动去学中文。
Some of the things that I did to kind of help me along with this process is the first thing would be to find activities that you actually enjoy. For instance, I love to go to the gym, I love to work out, and I also love to play basketball as well as volleyball. So what I would do is I would make friends and sometimes just meet people at the basketball courts or things like that and just start talking with them and just practicing what I know and learning new words and learning new sentences and kind of just taking it on from there, because then it's fun. It doesn't seem like a class or a chore or anything like that. It's a fun activity that we're doing and I'm learning as well. So that definitely helps out a lot. The other thing that I did from more of a like a study standpoint is whenever I have a textbook, I set a goal for myself. I set a goal and I always make sure to set an end date to that goal, because whenever I set a goal and I don't set an end date, a lot of times the goal may just never happen or I just put it off or anything like that. So when I set an end date, I know that I am forcing myself to finish it on that date. So then in the textbook, maybe I say I have to finish these couple chapters in the next 2 weeks. Or maybe I say I have to have 3 language exchanges over the next week, or whatever it may be. I set a goal and I set a date with it.
Yeah, I love that. Setting goals, keeping yourself accountable, creating a checklist or a to-do list to obtain those 10K reps for your language. Those are some great tips and advice. Thanks, brother. I know you also are focusing a lot on building your kind of confidence in front of the camera and being able to kind of build this brand and do it in Mandarin and in English. So would you say now your focus would be to kind of increase Mandarin so you can also push your entertainment career?
讲了这些 10K reps 的这个背景故事，这么多关于努力不懈有志者事竟成的分享之后，现在我们要请 Chris 来跟大家聊聊他未来在职业道路上的计划。当然啦，毕竟在台湾生活工作，提升中文能力是一定要的咯，因为这样子不但可以跟更多人互动交流，还可以为自己的未来创造更多样的机会。那除此之外呢，在沟通技巧方面 Chris 他觉得自己也还有很多进步空间。好，希望未来不管在公开演说还是在镜头前，都可以更有效的表达自己。
Definitely. I think that my ultimate idea is to be able to be a good communicator. So whether that's communicating on video, whether that's giving public speeches, whatever that may be, I want to be able to do that to as many people as I possibly can. So learning another language and learning Mandarin Chinese especially is such a great opportunity, and I think that it's going to leave so many new options and roads to go down later in life. So I think that learning Chinese is such a great pathway to be able to connect with people and learn lessons and tell stories.
Yeah, man. And I think you are absolutely on that road. And, you know, you're putting in the work in all aspects of your life right now. Those 10K reps are being applied so evenly right now, I feel like, in your life. So congratulations with the 10K reps and how you've applied that to everything. And I wish you nothing but success with that. So that unfortunately leads us to our last question here on NG Ingwen. And that is, if you could go back in time and talk to a younger Chris would there be any advice you give yourself about language or life?
访谈最后，我们当然一样也要来问 Chris， 他如果可以跟小 Chris 碰面，给他一些建议的话，会想要跟他说些啥么嘞？答案就是尽量把时间精力花在自己喜欢、自己有兴趣的事情上，然后尽可能的呢去把这些事情做到专精。因为你如果把这件事情做到专精，变成你拿手你在行的事情，那他们就会成为你生活中前进的动力，会让你不断的想要去精益求精。那这边有一个前面在 NG 英文有提到的字，我们再来复习一下 motivated。 好，如果你说一个人非常的 motivated， 那意思呢就是哇，这个人非常积极，非常有动力。不过要注意的是呢，这个字如果是用在犯罪的情况，那就会变成是有犯罪动机的意思哦。我们赶快来听访谈最后这段分享吧。
What I would tell a young Chris would be to focus on the things that you enjoy. I think become good at the things you truly enjoy and spend time at that and make the things that you enjoy work for your life. So what I was saying is spend more time on the things that you actually enjoy in your life and become good enough at those that you're able to have that expand into your entire life. I think ultimately is just focus on the things that you like, that you're good at, that are enjoyable for you. And ultimately, if you focus on those things, then you're more motivated to continue to get better.
Yeah, I love that. And I see you kind of doing that every day. You know, you're putting yourself into new situations that kind of challenge you and push you to get to that next level. So I love it, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. And where can people kind of find more about your life online, maybe 10K reps online, or maybe some of your YouTube videos?
You can find YouTube at 10K reps. I also make TikTok videos of all in Chinese. That's also at 10K reps. You can find 10K reps on Instagram and any platform. Search 10K reps and you can find it.
10K reps. I love it. It's been a pleasure to chat with you. Shout out to Dr. Wang in Pennsylvania, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Peace. All right. Well, that is our NG 英文 show for today. We hope everyone enjoyed listening to that. You can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now Spotify. You can search NG 英文, or you can search on IG NG English ICRT. And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday morning from 6:30 to 7 and Wednesday night from 9 to 9:30. We'll catch you on the next episode. Bye bye.
好，那我们今天希平方的节目 NG 英文就到这边告一段落啦。感谢大家的收听，别忘了到 IG 搜寻我们的粉丝专页 NG English 再ICRT。大家也要记得每周三早上6点半到7点，或是晚上9点到9点半，把广播调到 ICRT FM 100，准时收听我们节目哦。那也欢迎各位上网搜寻希平方的攻其不备课程，或者呢是到我们希平方的官网多读一些有关 NG 英文的文章，看看有哪些是可以吸收学起来的小撇步哦。我们下周见了，拜拜。